Season 3 Highlander Week 1 match. It's been a decently long offseason, capped off by an incredible grand finals last night in our Prolander League. But with that being done, you know what it's time for. It's back to everyone's favorite 9v9 game mode. And I'm Alto with Zagron by my side, Dolphin behind the desk, bringing you back into one of TF2's most storied game modes. So Zag, how you doing tonight?
I'm good, I'm good. A bit tired from last night's cast, but we gotta keep going. Hopefully my voice is good for the rest of the match.
Definitely hoping it's going to be good. We are coming to you now with Apolodosh versus, I believe, the Specimens tonight. Apolodosh, a pretty similar roster to the roster we saw them field last season. Largely looks almost exactly the same to me, I want to say. The Specimens coming in kind of looking like a bit of a reforged Rewind, I would say. Couple of different players, but other than that, pretty similar matchup. So it's looking to be almost a rematch of the second and third place teams from last season. So should kind of lead off this season with some action. What are your thoughts on the matchup, Zach?
Yeah, these are definitely looking to be two of the stronger teams in the league right now. There are a couple interesting swaps coming in for the Specimens. If we're gonna run down the rosters real quick, I'll go ahead and start. For the Specimens, we have Pablo on Scout, JJ Slim on Soldier, Johnny on Pyro, BM on Demo Man, Triple on Heavy, Rain on Engineer, Exile on Medic, Fallen on Sniper, and Deldongo Spy.
Yeah, and then coming in with the Apolodosh roster, we are going to have Jay on Scout, Dev on Soldier, River on Pyro, Arts Hispanian on Demo, Ronnie J Heavy, Exa on Engineer, kind of swapping rosters here, Wall on Medic, Shay on Sniper, and Mad on Spy.
Yeah, and Exa going over to that AD roster was on the Rewind side last season. We have Rain moved over to Engineer to fill his place. BM has decided to make his I think this is Highlander Demo Man debut, maining for a team, and with that Exile has moved over to Medic, so bit of a new look for the team coming out here.
Yeah, I believe Shay actually went over to AD as well. Or I might be wrong on that.
I think he was with them.
Was he? Who did Rewind have on Sniper last season? Whatever, we'll find out later. But yeah, Exile on Med's going to be interesting because your first thought when you see Exile is that kind of demo main, but BM has been playing it for a while. I know he's played a season at least in advanced, and he's been experimenting with it in sevens for a while. So seeing him make his invite debut should be interesting. New demos on the scene is always good to see. For the how high we're kind of projecting this team to finish, though, I think he will be one of kind of their key players to watch going forward. Because there are some really big names on this roster. When you look at JJ Slim, Pablo's now, I'd say pretty much got invite, veteran status, I would think. Fallen on Sniper and Deldongo on Spy, both also some incredible players. So I think he is going to be someone to really look forward to either pull this team together or maybe kind of rock it apart. And while we're talking about Demo Man's, Arts Hispanian on the other side, also, one of those chaos style players as described by his own teammates. So he's someone else I'm going to be looking forward to do some good work tonight as well.
Yeah, this AD roster, as we say, looks largely the same for the most part. We do see Jay coming in on Scout for them. Jay's been kind of a long-time TF2 player, but he's not been consistently playing. So to see him back and maining on Scout is a bit interesting. I want to see how well he's able to do here.
Yeah, definitely. Pretty big in sixes. I'm not sure he's missed too many seasons there, but he's been somewhat legendary in terms of dipping out of Highlander teams. So here's to hoping he can commit for the full season and we can really see him kind of flex his stuff, because when he gets going, he can be really good. And I wouldn't be surprised if he despite being an older player, maybe some of the newer invite players aren't exactly familiar with him, and I think he can cause a really big splash if anyone gets a little caught off guard or thinks, he's a little rusty in the game mode. Opposing him on flank, though, is going to be JJ Slim, who's
speaking of returns.
Yeah, exactly. Someone who was previously pretty much at the top of Highlander when it comes to Soldier. Had a season where I think he was competing with maybe one of the best in the game. You could say had a bit of a weak playoffs performance to kind of damage that, but his regular season was fantastic. Disappeared for a bit, showed up, for a couple weeks here and there, but it looks like this. I feel like this is going to be one of his first times actually committing back to maining for a team for a full season. So he's another person to watch out, especially with it being Ashville, which we should probably move in towards the map talk, because Asheville is one of those Highlander maps that doesn't always play exactly how you expect the game mode to.
Yeah, these flanks are going to look to come in really big here with all the pressure they're able to have with those, roofs in play and, going behind. Definitely look for JJ, Slim, and Jay. That one's going to be nice and cast, to try to differentiate. But, with the strength of flank on this map, I want to also point out the fact that your combo playing together is very crucial. And the combo that's been together for longer at this point, ADs, I think they have an advantage coming in here. I don't think that the specimens will have all their ducks in order, you might say, with BM Exile triple combo.
Yeah, no, I do feel like that's definitely true, especially with BM again, really not having been, super, I guess, familiar with playing maining demo in Invite, I should say. Kind of failing my English there. But that's definitely, I feel, going to give AD a pretty sizable advantage. But again, kind of counteracting that is Fallen Lord on the other team, who I think has been voted MVP 2 seasons in a row now in Highlander, and for good reason, because he's a mild-mannered boy, but when he gets going, he can take over a server really like no one else in the game can right now. And Ashville, is one of those maps where that flank can get in on him and cause him to have a bit of a bad game. But considering how strong Pablo and JJ have been in the past, I think that's going to be a difficult challenge. So a lot's going to fall on Shay and Mad to kind of assert pick class dominance here for AD.
Yeah, the spy matchup as well as the sniper matchup with these pick classes on Asheville always, have the ability to come up huge. So, Del Dongo, Mad Ring Me, both very established spy players right now in this iteration of Invite. Fallen Lord and Shay kind of becoming a Highlander Classic sniper matchup. So, we'll see who can get the better of the other one on, their day. Fallen Lord had great performance in the latter half of Pro Lander Finals last night, so we'll see if he can carry over that momentum and try to exert some of his will over this Asheville map that while not always known for being a good sniper map, Fallen Lord, he can hit the shots when he needs to. Look for him to have a big impact coming in here.
Yeah, just definitely. And I do have word that teams will be readying up soon, so we've got a little bit of time left before we get live into the action. So then, Zag, let's move over to predictions. What are your thoughts? I want to get a team, a score, and an MVP.
It's really hard for me to size up these teams right now because I haven't seen them play yet. First week, we're kind of in uncharted waters here. If I had to go off intuition, I would say that I think AD is going to come with a win. But it's going to be super close, 4-3, 4-2.
We're split on the desk then. I am leaning Specimens probably in a 4-2. And I'm thinking JJ and Fallen are really going to show up really big tonight. I think that they do have a little bit of a lack of synergy, but with just how powerful the flanks are, as long as JJ's, decently unrusted, I think he's really going to take over this game.
Yeah, definitely, in agreement though that this game is going to come down to it. It should be fairly close as long as neither team really implodes. So, excited for this to start up and get into it.
Yeah, definitely. We've got again, should be readying up soon. Both teams have all 9 players in server. No ready up yet, but I think it's happening in a second. Let's get some preview on what we should look for in the mid fight then, Zag, as we're, kind of waiting to kill this time.
Yeah, I think AD's going to play mid super aggressive. Arta Spain and Ronnie J are going to want to walk forward, and it's going to be up to Pablo and Fallen to kind of shut that down a bit more. We'll see if BM's able to respond to that. But just look for a really aggressive mid from AD, and if the Specimens can respond in kind, we might see it get, a bit messy.
Yeah, we will see this game going live. BM going Shutter going to be the first one on the mid by a hair over Arts, taking control really early, despite not having the health, and wall goes down. The second the Shutter opens, great snipe out of Fallen, already showing why he got that MVP medal last season. And with that, the Specimens are going to get aggressive onto this mid. We saw Fast Forward, or Rewind, excuse me, like we did a lot last season, play super aggressive on these mid fights, and it looks like this is going to happen again, as they are trying to edge this. That Exa is doing his classic wrangled mini in Shutter to try to stall this, and actually it's going to be a decent amount, as Fallen did get sniped out by Shay.
I meant to eat my words a bit there, because that instant snipe from Fallen Lord, but either way, the teams are looking to recontest this, as AD has their medic respawn. The cap is halfway over for the Specimens, but here's the bomb. Yeah.
Oh, it looks like Exile is going to surf that out to safety, but they're going to have to give up point presence for it. So despite the, med drop right at the start of that round, it looks like AD is going to come back and manage to pull out this mid-fight. Exit just being able to do too much with that wrangled mini. No one else supporting BM. There's going to be a bit of a contest back now. Uber's going to get popped out from blue, chasing into Shutter. Exile and BM are going to take down that mini that's been stifling them for so long, and it looks like they will come down with this mid-fight solidly, as the AD is going to rotate over to Bats, but they did give up Uber ad forward, and Wall's coming up on Uber right now.
Yeah, definitely a super chaotic mid, but it's not over yet as the Uber comes out. Can they block point in time? They don't get there, but they will look to force the Specimens out of ramp here and look to get this recapture really early. So definitely a super chaotic mid coming in as both teams do save their medic. About a 30-25% advantage is going to be in here for the Specimens, but small time gone over to them. Won't be that much to decide yet, but here comes the bomb aggressively from JJ. Gets kind of forced off the roof, barely lives, but right now they're looking for some dry aggression is the Specimens.
Yeah, and beyond that, them capping that point there did kind of extend their own spawns. They are getting right back in on the Shay on ramp. Gonna be threatening this angle. Actually, will get taken out by Fallen as Mad takes out Rain. Some frags being traded back and forth. The Specimens have a ton of cap time on this point. It is eventually going to go down. The rest of AD being forced back. Art's on those barrels. Dev jumping back out to Bats, but again, here comes the re-aggression. This game just keeps seesawing.
They're opting not to Uber in to block the point here. They're looking just to regroup in lobby, but this will give Wall time to get her Uber up. So now here it comes out.
Here they come out though.
But 97 for Wall, they're going to get it in time. They don't get the recapture.
Yeah, BM's actually going to get launched onto ramp. I don't know if they know he's there. JJ's going to get in the flank behind him, and both explosive classes for the Specimens are behind. BM's going to go down. JJ's going to take out River before he goes down, but a bit of a kind of, I think, botched recontest from the Specimens there.
I don't think they realized the advantage they had. Like they rotated out of ramp and let Wall get Uber in time. So that was not either communicated by the spy or not counted properly by their own medics. So they will lose that recontest, and now they're at even Ubers. Here comes an aggressive bomb and gets Wall with Wall.
That's a JJ classic. You're going to see a lot of that happening this season in the Specimens games, and with that med pick, they are going to continue to get some more counter picks in return. Yeah, Fallen and Johnny both going down right now.
What a surf by Rain up there.
Even with that med pick, the Specimens can't actually even leave their own side of the map and get back in. Jay playing in lobby, going to eventually go down to Pablo. He's able to take out Dev beforehand, I want to say. And yeah, the AD is coming out really strong here, even with that early med pick and Wall's deaths. They still haven't been able to do anything with it.
Yeah, but Exile does have Uber here, so now they're looking to get this point. All that the Specimens want right now is to get this point to save their Uber, They're down, slightly under a minute in time, but they did save their Uber, so Wall's going to need to build this up, or they're going to need to look for a spy play. Mad Ring Meat will be in position here, so either they sack here soon or they drag rest to try to force this Uber.
Mad's going to get caught out by Johnny and going to go down. They did lose their sniper in that cap, though. Fallen just going to be spawning back up now, so AD going to try to take advantage of it. Here they come. Uber gets popped in. Pablo's going deep into Shutter. They're going to take out Wall, so she goes down again. The Uber ad will maintain, or will stay in the favor of the Specimens right now. I keep want to say the Syndicate whenever I say their team name, CTS. But Fallen going to land the shot onto X to take out that mini as a threat. Shay on Vent's going to go down. And Arts eats another headshot. Fallen really kind of popping off right now, landing shot after shot. AD
going to need to regroup here. They need to, get their players back in. They need to dry aggress from Bats. The Uber was popped out from the Specimens here, so they will be on they'll be at an advantage, but they won't have Uber here. So any aggression that AD's going to look to get here will be kind of, damage worth doing. As Arts walks at Shutter alone, that might be a bit dangerous. He has Shay behind them, but, right now they're just kind of waiting around. Exile will get his Uber fairly soon. Here comes Dev in. Bomb not able to get anything. Traded back is Del Dongo, but either way, just looking to walk forward here to get anything they can. The time is coming up low for both teams, near a minute left.
Yeah, Exile will have Uber right now. Wall only at 65. They're getting very aggressive on this, so expect the repop comes out right now. Pablo and Wall coming in on this. Wall going down again. River and Ronnie quickly thereafter. Pablo sitting on a 10K right now. And yeah, it's just Wall's inability to save her own life right now looks to be what's going to be the deciding factor of this round. They were able to cap the point off of that first mid, with her going down, but that was kind of unsustainable, you could say, and she needs to be playing, I feel, a little more passively, and, she had to have known they had big dis-ad there. Should have expected that coming out.
Yeah, Exile got a saw, I think, too. He's about to have Uber again, so quickly, and with the Uber, the defense having Uber here, 20 seconds left, this looks just like such a hard retake for AD.
Yeah, Exile back up on Uber already. Actually, how did he get that? He's going to use it again. I don't know if he got saws or what. But Pablo's going to be in there very deep. Takes out Wall again. I want to say this is the fourth or third time this round. So without heals, Ronnie's going to push up right now. He isn't being challenged, but he's going to get headshot right away by Fall, and he's going to go down. And with some cap time on the point, AD may manage to make a bit of a last stand, but I have a feeling the round still will go into the Specimen's favor. As they did manage to actually get 7 kills down. Exile, again, keeping his life. He has not died yet this round, but with a minute and a half left on the clock.
kind of not going to get anything. Unfortunate for him, but they do have time to work with. Exile has a small advantage. It likely will not be enough to get wall out early. Jade is going to get denied here, so no 2 rockets coming in that time. But, you know, time to play with. You can get your Uber and you can push out, make a coordinated push. The Specimens need one more good push to take this over. Dev looking to just distract and lobby as much as he can, but, you know, coming up soon, Exile 70%. They're going to look to go bat side from what it looks like. And, you know, any picks they can get now are going to be a huge advantage coming in.
Exile building, increasing that Uber ad by just a little bit more, sitting at 91 right now. But oh, he's gonna get stabbed by Mad! Coming in from behind, I think that was Jay or Pablo dropping off the ledge, and then Mad came right back in with the same disguise.
Fast sack in.
Tricked him, but yeah, the sack's gonna come in. They're gonna find Jay, but that's about it. Wall managing to keep her life. Arzt and River getting pretty low there, but the defense is actually going to be successful, and suddenly the tables look to have been flipped.
Yeah,
AD now sitting on Uber ad.
Yeah, great reflect by River, was able to kill BM. Wall saves the Uber. They now have full ad coming in here. Now they're on the side of the defense with Uber. Here comes a aggressive bomb from JJ trying to force this early. Taken down. Such a good deny right now, but they need to get cap time before this Uber comes out.
Wall rightfully playing back there. BM's going to try to edge. The Uber comes out right now, and TS is going to scatter. AD now, Jay the one pushing up into Shutter to get kills. Wall on point. Johnny's the only one in here. The Heavy's going to go down, but no one on point. And AD is going to take the first round of Season 3.
A super close round coming in. That's a double overtime round already. And, you know, the medic deaths really were the story of that round. You know, AD were at a disadvantage coming in for the longest time because of Wall's chain deaths. But, you know, Mad Remy comes in with a clutch pick, you know, completely gives his team that Uber advantage coming in for their final defense. They kite out well. You know, the early medic deaths were bad, but Wall played very well at the end of that round to not get that Uber force. They had a really easy defense because of that, and you know, we're into our first pause, but that looks good for AD if they can keep up that, you know, that level of keeping your combo together.
Yeah, no, after that first bomb from JJ, they really smartly adapted to playing around it. You saw her all the way on the very back of ramp when he went in there just to make sure that, you know, none of those rockets were able to connect, and something you kind of got to do. And unfortunately, Exile's death there right at 91% really, I think, is the kind of disappointing thing there. But just, you know, props to AD. They're able to play around their med having more deaths than the enemy med, and just that aggression was really coming out, it felt like.
Yeah, definitely played well together as a team coming into the late round. And, you know, we can praise the spy pick as much as we want, but the Specimens really did have a foothold into that round. You know, this is such a close game coming out so far because both teams are playing very similarly, where they both like to contest a lot, and they'll play Ubers like they want to go in as far as they really can. We see BM bombing behind multiple times for the Specimens.
Yeah, it does look like that pause is going to end here, as we are getting right back in on this mid-fight. BM and Art's going to reach the shutters at the same time. Damage being traded back and forth. BM on the losing end of that right now. Dongo's going to get his Dead Ringer pop, going back across. Big bomb into bats over for JJ. Going to take that fight with Dev. Able to not get the kill. Dev going to live there. Triple getting headshot again already, but Jay and Mad going to be the trade frag. So 77 to start this off. We're right back to Prolander, it seems, but AD's point presence is overwhelming. They're going to get everyone on their Shay, the most forward person on that point for his team, and AD's going to come down with their second mid-fight.
Yeah, they play that mid so aggressively.
Huge bomb out of Dev! Oh, not able to find anything. Exile was too far back in lobby. Yeah, that is true. Got the
yeah, the medics will remain even Uber here because of that. So, but you know, AD has the defense up, and if they're able to, you know, keep Wall from getting forced early, they're in a good position to start this round out here with that aggressive mid they like to use.
That just kind of came in there, really got forward and just bullied them out, never gave them any time to get any pressure. We are going to see the recontest, or the edging start from Peace. Uber popped a little bit early from AD, it feels like. Pablo and BM going to be in on this for blue. Jay going in deep for triple, but the flash saves his life. So Uber's traded without much going on otherwise, and it looks like TS has the point versus Triple and Pablo both going down. There are some really key picks. Shay able to land another kill, and it's going to mean they're forced back. We saw Rain actually building a level 2 up in Shutter, but that's going to get sapped out by Mad and go down. So minute into the round, and AD's looking fairly strong on this point. None of the shakiness we saw from them last round.
Yeah, great hold coming from them. They're able to cut the Uber. We thought they used it a bit early, but they used it to get presence on the point. You know, they spread out. It was hard for the Specimens to find a focus. And now, while playing really far back here, they're anticipating a bomb coming in from the Specimens, but it's even Uber, so it doesn't look like they're going to be, you know, looking for that. They're just going to look to do the whole bats walking off for aggression again. Rain has that gun in Shutter to assist them.
Yeah, should be a good hold there if they can get in on it, but they just need to, you know, get that gun actually going onto the point. Ubers are going to get traded out again. DM gets popped back out onto fans, and it looks like this is again kind of be one of those wet noodle fights. No one down yet. JJ's actually going to go down to a rocket on Vents. Rain going down as well, so AD able to continually hold this. Jay in on Bat's going to take out Fallen with that pocket pistol, and and here comes, who is that, Dev, from behind, going to look for Exile, not going to find him. Jay and Exa, though, will go down on the back end, so some consolation frags for TS. They may be able to push off of once they get their spawns back in.
Yeah, Jay, Dev, and Matt are causing tons of havoc on the Specimens left side, that ramp area. They keep going in, getting kills, first soldier kill, a scout kill, an engineer kill followed by a gun sap. They're just getting so much flank pressure right now that they're being afforded. Jay at the top of the scoreboard for his team right now.
Yeah, definitely just been showing up really solidly. We kind of mentioned that as well right in the lead-in about how good he can be. But Art's going to get caught out. Good sneakies by BM to force him in. This may be the break that TS was looking for. JJ in on the bomb, going to force them back. Not going to go down this time. So good adaptation to the way they were playing around him. Triple getting forward, going to hit Ronnie really low, but he's going to get the arrow, and Shay will take out Triple. So they come in with the point, but they're losing players left and right. Down 4 with 8 up on the side of AD. This should be a very easy retake for them.
But again, Exile has Uber here. They're just gonna they're down 2 minutes, right? But they're just gonna give this away without Ubering on a point. I don't know. Like, you drop players, and that's an issue, but you're not contesting when you need to be. Now they're down, 2.5 minutes, even Ubers, and they're just really gonna bleed out this round if they don't do something now.
Yeah, we see, here comes Jay and Dev getting really aggro into lobby. Mad's already behind, so there's going to be a significant force playing from behind TS when they go in on this Uber here. But, Wall drops to JJ there. Mad going to go down as well, so that is that opening they need. They're going to swarm in here. Uber gets popped. Someone needs to get on the point. It is Triple. Dev coming out from behind, not going to be able to find anything. They will come down with this cap, as that's Arts playing underneath the blue bats right there. May even take out Triple. Here comes in River, but no. Looks like the point will go down without too many casualties on the side of TS. Oh no! Here they come though. The frags finally coming in. Pablo, Triple, Rain, and BM all going to go down in short order, so they come down with the point, but holding this is going to be really hard.
Yeah, Shay gets bombed out by JJ Slim's soldier, does get killed here. So it's a short recapture, but now they have to really, work from ramp only, as they lost a lot of players and the respawns are faster for AD here. Mad gets to stab on Fallen, the sniper, they're just walking forward.
Yeah, Ronnie on point. He will get stabbed out by Del Dongo, coming in with a really big frag, but it's just Johnny at 3 HP. JJ now is the only one here. Rain comes in just in time, but that Wrangled Mini doing a lot, so is the rest of AD, and they're going to stop it for now. Too many people playing in Shutter, no one on the point. Here comes in Jay on the point, though, and he's just going to cap it. BM too far forward.
Yeah, again, it's another situation where TS didn't really, work out what they needed to do in that round. They lost so much time when they had Uber, when they had players, and they just didn't. I want to chalk it up to their combo not being experienced enough to know where they can push and when. Like the Uber counting has seemed a bit off, at certain points, and they've been given chances. Walls dropped twice to JJ now, and at the end there, you'd hope she'd have better awareness of the situation. Like there's 15 seconds left. As long as I don't drop this Uber, it's an instant win. But either way, the Specimens have ways in. It's just they're not taking full advantage of all the space they're being given.
I want to pull up some stats right now because Jay is sitting on 25 and 6. That's a 4.2 KD, much less the assists. Shay, 15 and 6, and River 12 and 5. Compared, if we want to look over on the side of the Specimens, Pablo really, kind of keeping his team afloat with a 17 and 11 right now, but JJ not doing too hot, 8 and 15. 2 of those have been med picks, but even so, Johnny 0 and 9. The big one though, Fallen 4 and 12.
Yeah,
So
the flank is doing such a good job on AD right now, shutting down TS's flank, and it's just they're getting so much pressure, and they don't know how to respond to it. They're just getting completely ran over by Jay.
Yeah, just really kind of showing up there. BM gonna get really low on this mid. Jay's gonna take him out, continuing the dominance. Fallen going down as well. Not a good game for Fallen right now. Really kind of maybe used up all the juice in the finals last night. Not having anything left here, and it's gonna be, it looks like another mid fight for AD. Del Dongo and Pablo also down, so they're just out on point coming in, and AD are really setting themselves up here to put a dominant performance on the table.
Yeah, once they got their mids in order, it just looks like it's too much for TS's inexperienced combo together to work with. And they're just getting so much aggression again. Jay and Shay, that duo, got 2 kills immediately on mid fight. Shay and Jay 2 more as well, including onto BM. So it's just such a hard game for AD or for TS to play right now.
Yeah, and just it feels like even with Exile, playing decently well, he's having those. He's not dying a lot, but those Ubers really, it feels like, aren't being used for much effect. whenever they are going in, it's just, you know, straight up even Uber trades that they're not getting advantages on. And it feels like they just need to do, you know, change something up. I don't know if they're not playing around Dodongo well enough. You know, like we see Dodongo go down here, and here comes in JJ. He's going to get the force out, but they already used Uber. So it's just going to be a bit of a wasted death. Pablo, Johnny, and Exile, excuse me now, all playing around trying to get in here, but nothing really happening. Rain has that minion shutter being wrangled right against X's, so bit of a marksman match down there. But here comes in Dev, gonna take out BM, so no demo. The frags are going a little bit back into TS's favor. Pablo and Triple gonna be taking point for this. JJ back in on another bomb, gonna take out River and Wall there. So second bomb in that fight, gonna do the trick, and they will come down with a cap with only a minute off the clock.
Yeah, the soldier bomb and the wrangled mini bought so much space. Shay went down early to the wrangled mini, so Fallen had a bunch of space to rail off a couple headshots, and you know, all that damage combines, they do get their first point capture from like an even fight in quite a while. And, you know, they do need to hold this. They're down a full minute already. They do have a 50% ad. Here comes the bomb to try to do something about that.
Are they going to get anything? No, really good reflect out of Johnny. Didn't have the best first half, but showing up again here, really trying to make sure his team can kind of bring this back. Shay gonna go down as well. BM able to land those stickies on him. Not sure where. Probably on bad side. No, it looks like it was right by Shutter. Maybe going for a bit of an aggressive peek in with the bomb. But yeah, Jay gonna take him out, continuing to just do good work here. Both scouts on the top of the scoreboard right now, but Exile is sitting on about a 30% ad, so we shouldn't see too much aggressive plays as we look for AD to get Uber right now, but they're just going for it. Ronnie walking out on point. Wall still on bad seats. They might be seeing this as another sack. Wall's gonna get kind of engaged on a little bit by Dodongo, but he's gonna go down. Uber gets popped out right now from Blue. Pablo going in, gonna try to get a kill, but really can't find much, and Exile gets sniped off point. And it looked like it was going so well, but bit of a weird pop from them, and it's all gonna go to shreds, it looks like.
Yeah, both medics did go down in that exchange. Wall went down a bit earlier, but you know, once the fight kind of devolved, it looked like AD's focuses were just cleaner. You know, their medic got sniped out on the opposite side of the point. You're not used to seeing that. Back to this recontest though, it looks like the TS has managed to keep the point, but you know, their medic was down later, so they do have a 20% advantage here. Matt gets the stab onto Fallen, so this will be the point going over to AD again.
Yeah, Exile goes down again on the backside. Dev able to catch him out. I want to say that looks like it was right near lobby.
Bomber?
Yeah, right in Shutter. Bomb coming out. Are they going to be able to get anything? No. Mad going to get punched out by Triple in lobby, I presume. But now Wall's the one with the 70% Uber ad. Shay has a dot onto Bats. They try to pick someone off here. But yeah, time's about to be even on both sides, and we're really looking for TS to just kind of come in with some kind of sack. Really, that can give them some kind of advantage. Jay playing aggro on that mini, little bit low, but no one's able to punish him.
Yeah,
and
oh,
there goes JJ,
so
gets skied off of that. Great reflect there to stop him from taking the Med's life. And the Uber is going to get forced out, so that's really good for TS if they can keep their players up here.
Yeah,
Exile's going to be riding Pablo out, so good job by them, able to get that. He's sitting on now 70%, should have shortly. Jay and River going to die overextending to chase that
Watch
Med.
out
They
for
can go
Matt.
right now. Oh, is he gonna find it? No,
yep.
Doesn't get the, oh, he does! I think he stabbed the mini first, then went for the stab anyway, because he wasn't being found, but Exile gonna get stabbed out at another critical juncture here. But yeah, good catch on that. JJ goes back in during that, able to equalize the med deaths right there, but AD still has the point, so they're kind of content to just let the time keep
Ronnie
ticking down.
Forward.
Yeah, oh, here comes Dev though. Can he find Exile? No, he's gonna be too low, so Exile dying first, and with their short response. No, he goes down low, but Jake comes in, takes him out.
The mini's out of ammo.
Oh, not able to get anyone down there, so Meddet's chaining back to back.
Ooh.
Johnny's going to be on point. Dongo coming in with 2 big stabs of his own to stop some of the main point deniers right now. Johnny's still trying to solo cap this, but he's going to be forced off by the spam, it might look like.
Yeah, they do get their players out though. TS will get this recap from the most chaotic 30 seconds of the match so far. You know, both medics really chain dying there for a bit. A lot of interesting stuff has happened with the spies as well, but either way, you know, we're stabilizing here. Both medics are pretty even in Uber. It's a 10% difference. TS have the point. They're down a minute, and they need to hold on to this. If they can't really afford to go down 3-0 in the first 4. So they're looking to come out here. JJ Slim goes down early, and it looks like, you know, Dev will get traded back. So it's 8v8, but here comes early aggression. They just want to get this. Or Exile stop building, so now they're at a small disad.
Yeah, it looks like Ronnie's going to get really aggro here. Going to find out PM. Not able to take him down, but gets the rest of the combo really low in that time. Shay and Dev and Jay now all going down as well.
8 seconds.
River, yeah, 8 seconds. They got to go in on this. They're down 5 players, so they should be able to stop this. BM gets in right in time. Wall going to go down to Rain. Excellent. Art's going to drop next. Here comes the bomb out of Dev. Going to do enough damage for Mad to take out Exile. That could be really big because it's a drop right there. Wall died with 97 as well, by the way, so both meds again dying here at such critical junctures, but BM now gonna get some sticks on Shutter. 20 seconds left. They do have the spawn disadds, so AD is gonna have their players back first. Exile spawning just now, and some red health for them means it might be difficult here. Mad gonna, it looks like, get caught out early, but oh, Johnny's gonna take some damage right there. With no heals, it's gonna be rough. Exile just now coming back in through Shutter, but AD is all on the point. The weakened TS is doing what they can. Exile goes down to Jay, but can they stop it? Ronnie's on it, he's corner capping. Is he gonna be able to pull it off? Not yet, it's so close. They do come down with the point. 7 seconds left. That mini's ticking. Rain is the only one in for TS right now. Can he get in and do anything? He cannot. The time is going to go down, and we're looking at match point for AD already.
I'm really disappointed in TS's shot calling there, because they know that Exile died a second after wall, or like, you know, a couple seconds, so 1 wave difference. They knew they had 8 seconds left on AD, so they should have just regrouped and went for a last second push. There's no way you win that fight with no heals compared to their team having heals, so, you know, mismanagement of their resources there. New fight started out. BM goes down early to Jay here, and you know, BM getting really ran over by Jay in that area. JJ getting 2 kills on the enemy bats, getting that sniper and soldier. So, you know, with those picks, TS looking to walk across point here, but so much spam from the Demo Man, Heavy, and Mini Sentry gonna kind of make the point in no man's land. Now they're looking to get back onto point with heals. Snipe onto Ronnie is gonna buy them a lot of space from that ramp side. Jay in the back gets Rain and BM, causing so much havoc. It's not enough to win his team the point though, and they will. The point will get taken by TS here. Off the mid.
Jay was behind there for so long. I thought he had died in Shutter, but it was someone else. The Uber's gonna come out already right now. Exile still has. He's at 7 health. Hasn't used yet. They're on crits. Opposite. Coming in with this, the crit WM1 not gonna really do anything. Exile's gonna go down to River. Gets taken out by Fallen, but wow, I guess they wanted to change something up, but that's kind of tragic right there.
You gotta crits before they Uber, not after.
Yeah, I don't know if Wall got a saw or something there, but that just, again, seemed really like a exact thing you said before, mismanagement of resources. They had the crits, it builds faster, all you gotta do is walk in. I mean, I know BM had died, but you can still get lasers, let JJ get some rockets off, I don't know, do something with it other than, you know, pop it into an Uber when you're meta 7 health and be forced to crit some pyro.
Great surf by Wall there, gets out of JJ's bomb. That sack does not do anything, and I didn't see what gun Exile's on now, but a 30% ad, it looks like he's back on Uber, so, you know, this is a straight Uber ad coming in for Wall.
It is Uber, yeah.
Yeah, 10 seconds off the clock isn't too much to worry about already. You know, Jay going down will buy you some space to work up on flank, but, you know, the TS need to get something done, you know. They need to, this Uber is had by Wall here. They can either go for force or wait 25% if they're confident that. Here's the force attempt from JJ.
Gets 1 rocket in. He's going to take out Shay, actually, in the backline, which should be just as important. Mad going down as well. It's going to force out the Uber. Exile going to die at 94, getting caught out on those vents. Kind of channeling Wall from that first round, it looks like, just not aware of how quickly he could be engaged upon. Going to go down there, so even with the sack coming out, it's overall a failure for TS. As AD's going to keep their ad in the point right now.
They're sacking for point time here. They know they have to do something, so they're just trying to get as much pressure as they can, but their health is bad. You know, Exile came back in late, and they will get forced off here while losing a couple players.
Yeah, they're going to rotate back into lobby, and they're going to have to try again right now. There's a ton of people up on that right side. I can understand why the crits would seem kind of attractive. You get one sticky in there, get 3 or 4 kills right off the bat, but just didn't do anything there. And now, you know, they're back on Uber, back to kind of square one here. JJ going to go a little bit slower, maybe try to find some spam damage, but nothing really to be found.
They're
BM
so
is super aggressive going down. Yeah, BM triple, JJ Pablo, all dead in a matter of seconds, and that aggression wasn't really that effective.
They walked into a meat grind there. Ronnie, Dev, Art's putting down so much damage there. They rounded that corner and instantly got blown up. You know, they're just fighting with desperation at this point. Exile didn't go down, so, you know, that's a silver lining, but small Uber just sad. They're down 2 minutes. They have to make something happen with this Uber, otherwise we're going to see AD, you know, really have this in the bag.
Yeah, JJ's bomb going to get denied. We see Jay and Shay going down in short order back to back.
Exile needs to live.
Out from AD right now. Exile, yeah, only at 98 right now. He will be able to get off of Fallen, but he's not in with his team. JJ and Pablo down, and he's going to finally come back in with them. Going to lose Del Dongo. Dev not going to be able to force anything, and they are going to hold on to this Uber, which is a bit of a smart call, even if it looks a little risky. Here comes Arts, though.
Oh, my God, drop to Jay over the roof.
On the roof. Wall went down, which is a bit of a silver lining, but AD already has players on this point. No one's able to stop them.
Lost 7 in that exact same wave. That collapse was so good coming in. You know, everything in. Jay over the top. Arts flanking from underneath. They just really wiped the floor with TS.
Engineer, Scout, and Demo just absolutely wiped the team with nearly decent health and a full
Uber.
So Oh, and Shay's standing on the dispenser on ramp to get a better angle in. He's gonna take
That's
out
so
JJ.
cheesy.
That is BM, my man. He may be playing demo for TS, but Shay's really
Jay's just demolishing
for it.
everyone. It seems like every life he gets a 5-kill streak.
Yeah, it really does. Johnny's gonna go down. Hard Pyro Johnny, that is, not Arts. Mad gonna be the trade frag right now, and TS is trying to make something happen. They're getting aggressive, which is admirable in its own right, that they're not just kind of bleeding out here. Donko's gonna land the shank onto Jay. Devin Shay, though, could be going down here, so TS will come down with the point. They still have about 2.5 minutes they need to make up for, though.
Yeah,
and with
Wall
Wall coming up on Uber.
Yeah, Wall has that Uber. Exile will have as well, but you know, one more push is all AD needs to take this with a clean 4-0. Fallen nice early snipe onto Dev. That'll relieve a lot of pressure from his flank here, but bat spam coming in. We just have to see when they're going to pop Uber. Well, the answer's not now because of that snipe.
Yeah, really good to kind of stall that a little bit. Exile will have Uber right now, but any seconds they can milk here are going to end up being beneficial for them in the long run. Dongo's sitting at pretty low HP in the back line, it looks like. Not going to be in on anything right now, having just taken out Jay, but just kind of in a bit of a stalemate right now with AD waiting for the demo man to get back in to go for this Uber. Mad behind on that. It's going to get caught out by JJ, so no frag for him, but again, just waiting for someone to commit here.
Yeah, a bit of house money AD's playing with right now. Looks like now they have their ducks in line. They're going for this Uber in.
Yeah, they come in on this right now, and no real frags to be found immediately. Rain going to be the first one to die, but that looks like Wall could be in a dangerous position, not going to actually get collapsed upon, and really no frags to be found. River gets sniped out here. Yeah, Art's jumping forward, going to not find anything. BM goes down, though. Ronnie was the trade. Triple's doing his best to deny this, but it looks like he's a little outnumbered. Pablo going to have to go in and block it. He's going to get taken out very quickly by Jay. Dongo trying to revolver. That mini runs out of ammo, and here comes Jay in on ramp to take out the heavy. He gets sawed out by Exile, but Exile's almost able to pick up the clutch 2K, but not enough. And AD coming back in on this. Dongo's dead ringer not going to work. BM now
shutter open
maybe do something. Yeah, but Ronnie's just got too much health. That's a heavy we're talking about. 450 there. They're going to still force him off. That mini able to stall it a little bit longer. Cap's going to come in with 7 seconds remaining. Pablo's in a position to get on it. And they're just going to have to go right now. JJ in over the roof, but Johnny's getting air blasted off the point. No one can actually get on the point. Or River hits the air blast to secure the round. And that's going to be a 4-0 for AD coming out in week 1.
Yeah, super clean game coming out from them. You know, after that first round looked a bit close, they really kind of just steamrolled the rest of the map. You know, once they got their combo going, and it just seemed like they were the better team overall. You know, the flank played out of their minds. Jay, you know, I'm not sure if this is the first time he's played Scout and Invite Highlander, but he completely wiped the floor with TS there, you know, walking all over them. The sniper went in Shay's favor. Mad had some crucial picks, and then their combo just played so much better, you know, after that first round. Wall is not dying pointlessly after that. You know, Arts and Ronnie played so well on that ramp. They, you know, made that entire area into a meat grinder, really. And, you know, just the weaker combo play coming out of TS was really evident in how they managed their resources. And when your flank is getting rolled over, that also just kind of exemplifies the issue.
Yeah, and it's such a hard problem to, you know, pinpoint on TS as well, because if you look at individual play, there's never anyone you could straight up say was making huge misplays. You know what I mean? It wasn't like one player was, you know, just constantly dying. You could maybe look at BM a couple times, I think, for dying in some inopportune times, but even then, you know, I don't think it was like a huge systematic error. It's just it feels like something with that team wasn't working tonight. Whether it was the shot calling, you know, just the general way they were playing, maybe things went different in scrims or what, you know. But something was going wrong there, and it's always difficult when it's not just like, oh, our, you know, demo got completely demolished there, because BM didn't have a terrible game. I mean, Arts obviously did better, but when you're getting 4-0'd, you'd expect your counterpart's stats to be better. Fallen really turned it around in that second half, finishing 12-9, which he had less kills but also less deaths than both the enemy sniper and his own medic, to kind of, you know, show how much of a gear change he kind of had. Pablo again had a pretty good half, just not as good as Jay, who, while not as good as 25-6, 29-13 is still, you know, you'll take that anytime from your scout. 460 DPM on him, 600 DPM on Arts. You know, Wall only having 5 deaths this time compared to Exile's 10, so kind of flipping the script on the med deaths there too. And just AD came out really solid tonight, and I feel like some of the, you know, while I should say that no one really underperformed, some of the really big performers we were expecting to see in Fallen and JJ on TS did not show up in that regard, but better team won.
Yeah, definitely better team won. And This might be also, a bit of a symptom of week one, because, as we mentioned earlier, this TS team has a lot of parts coming in. Some people are from former fast forward, some are coming in, pretty fresh, some have traded team from AD, and it just seems like the AD team, which really only changed one player, just played better as the team. That's what we mean when we say better team won. They just looked cohesive.
Yeah, their pushes were great. Anytime there was damage, they was being played well off of. Ronnie was always getting really aggressive on points, and they were getting away with things. Excuse me. You felt like they might not have been, they shouldn't have been able to. Where they had 70% Uber into full Uber, and they were able to edge that without getting fully engaged upon. We saw that kind of get punished in the first round, but that was really it. And I don't know if it was tilt or just maybe lucky shot calling or just being in the right place at the right time. But had TS been able to consistently do things like that and stop letting AD get away with all of these really kind of small advantages that turn into something greater, maybe we're still playing right now. But they weren't able to do that, so AD is going to jump out to that 1-0 coming into the season. And we are going to have a single round robin this season, I do believe. So if TS are going to want some revenge, they'll have to do it in playoffs.
Yeah, they have to. And we predicted these teams as being, these are definitely have potential to be placement teams. Second through fourth. We're looking in that area for these teams, and to not be able to play them again into playoffs kind of feels a bit stinging. Because you want to show that you're getting better, and you just won't have a chance to play them in a formal match setting until that time. So your comparison may not be as good. They're likely going to be scrimming each other because strong teams like scrimming each other, but the early jump out for AD here is going to give them a lot of confidence coming into the rest of the season.
Definitely, yeah, and I think it's going to kind of. I still think we're marking K and D as one right now, but I think this puts them at a pretty solid two. I would say when as coming into this week, there was definitely a lot of speculation as to who would win. I know a couple of people even on the teams were expecting it to go to 4-3, so it coming out in the way it did was a little interesting. Although if we do want to talk about some other things, I did happen to check up on some of the other matches, and surprisingly, I believe in Invitus is their team name. Taco's team was able to pull a round off of K and D, so
That's really funny.
definitely a surprise coming out there. I think this match was a surprise in its own right with the 4-0, but we do see that 4-1 definitely not what people were expecting, and maybe it shows that those guys are definitely can be in that contention for that 2-4 spot we were talking about before. So they'll definitely be a team to look forward to in the coming weeks, as well as both of the ones we saw here.
Yeah, definitely. And it's just going to be interesting to see how the season plays out. There's not one big, super invite stack team. The closest that there is K&D, as usual. They have, the usual suspects on their roster, but I do think this will shake out to be an interesting kind of middle of the table invite season.
Yeah, it looks like again with that, I'm looking is that looks like Banny, Habib, and Bull is unable to play for the first 2 weeks of the season, I believe, due to some shenanigans he pulled last season. You can go check out on the RGL ban list if you're so inclined. But they have Jared, and so yeah, it does look like Candy's definitely a team to beat. And we did see Taco's team 4-0 them last season in week one. Granted, that was an off class in
Yeah.
Candy, but they are able to pull that quick hook again out in week one. So good on them to get them some match points that could be very valuable going forward. If the again, I think K&D is still a clear front runner. AD may be able to challenge them, but until then, it looks like we have a very tight middle of the table, as you were just saying. So any match points you can take are going to be a big boon going forwards.
Yeah, definitely gonna look to see which of these teams are able to jump ahead in those middle weeks. And with an 8-team round robin, we're looking at it's a longer season than previously, so we're gonna go to a bunch of maps that the teams might have chances to take upsets on, like a Vigil, Steel Cascade are in this season. So it's a bit more of an interesting map list than just the standard.
Yeah, big pogs in chat for Vigil and Cascade, please. It's been waited time enough to have these come in, but I think that is going to do it for us tonight. Any closing thoughts, Zag, on this match and how you're hoping the season shows up?
Really stated all my thoughts already. Just hoping to see that teams really improve in the middle of the table that hopefully contest K&D come late season.
Yeah, I'll be looking for that as well, and I'll be looking for some of the players on TS as we saw to hopefully kind of not the players, really the team more so to just kind of pull together, because I think if they play up to their potential, they could definitely come back and take a game off of AD in playoffs when it matters most.
Get
But
some of that placement cash.
yeah, some of that RGL dosh, but think that'll do it for us. So for all of our GL, I'm Alto and Zag. Hearts in chat for Dolphin. Stalwart work behind the camera, as always. And